revert that, I wouldn't be opposed to them reverting that change. I'll be honest, if the change was reverted, I don't think that would change like the placement of players. I'll be honest. Like I think if the baneling change was reverted, I think Clem would probably still be the best player in the world. But viewership wise, I do think that would make roach openers, that would de-incentivize roach openers more, which is probably a good thing viewership wise and casting wise as well, just because roach based openers and roach based play is not as entertaining to watch. So I do think it would benefit that at least. As we're getting into our fresh best of 5 and spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have our French Terran player, the red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Weibo Gaming. It is herO. Here we go. And as we said, Lynn, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat, as I'm hoping for a back and forth. I'm hoping for a game 4, maybe even a game 5. We'll see where this series takes us. Let's go. Let us go. But yeah, people that like cry about balance in the chat, I don't know, it feels really distasteful, especially because often it's just a way to like take away from the achievements of players. You know, it makes it sound like, oh, a player is only winning or a player is only dominant because of something like a balance change, which is not the case at all. And again, it's really more insulting to the players than anything. So if you're gonna cry about balance, go cry somewhere else. Go to Reddit. Go to ESL Twitch chat. Aye. As for now, double gas. Double gas opener out of Clem, going racks into factory. Racks into factory. Into a more tech-heavy start, into a delayed CC. Meanwhile, herO back at home, standard opener. Is it going to be a standard opener? And from here, do we open up Twilight Council, Stargate, or Robo? Based on the map ley lines, I wouldn't be opposed to a Twilight Council. There we go. Twilight Council is on the way. Is going to be a blink-based opener. And we'll see where Clem takes this. Now, with a faster double gas opener, this can lead into Reactored Reaper Hellion, can lead into early committed Widowmine drop play, can lead to early tank production into a tank drop, into Banshees. There's a lot of possibilities off of double gas, and so far, it looks like we are just embracing a single Reaper into single Hellion for some map presence, followed by our next step. What are we going for? Widowmine drop. Okay, Widowmines are amassing. So nothing too crazy. Pretty safe play. The purpose of this Widowmine drop is just a scout. Just a scout across the map to get eyes on the tech and get eyes on how many gateways herO has. Whether it's 2, 3, or 4 gateways will require a different response out of Clem. So it's going to be all about that scouting. Speaking of scouting, herO, he does come in with the hallucination. Likewise, he needs to know if there's going to be Banshees coming, early tank, early drop. Widowmine gets spotted, and he does see the lack of earlier add-ons. Reaper dips in. I believe the Reaper did get eyes on the tech. Yep, Twilight Council was scouted. Clem, he is aware. Ooh, and he is going for a more committed play. This is a style that was popularized by Maru and Bjorn. This was like a year ago. Instead of a regular Widowmine drop, it is a Widowmine with Mass Marine. Now, the purpose here is to get economic damage done. The Widowmine is designed to zone away the gateway units, and the Marines, they're designed to focus on the probes. Speaking of gateway units, we have how many? We have 2 Stalkers here at the Natural and a Sentry. Clem does dive in, going for the mineral line. Widowmine shot is up. Ooh, I'm gonna go up here on a single probe. Does pull away. Marines, they focus on 3 more probes. 3 more workers go down. He wants a Sentry. He gets it. Sentry goes down. Nice pickup. And with that, he's going to be forced back. The medevac will escape, will get away, and he gets 7 probe kills in total. Very nice damage. Again, throughout that fight, the Marines that were focusing down as many probes as they could, and they got 7. Technically 6, because the Widowmine did get 1 probe as well. But nice damage here by Clem, and Clem, he gets away. Does get away. Can always dive back in. Behind this is going to be a Bay in a Forge. Interesting. 2 gases here staying on 2 bases. So very committed 2-base play out of herO. He should expand, but it's going to be a late 3rd base in favor of Colossus production. So once again, it feels like very safe play here out of herO, as he is foregoing his economy in favor of faster Colossus. Stalkers, they dive into the natural, they get a couple of SCVs. 4 SCVs go down, and the Stalkers, they do slip away. Not bad. As herO, he doesn't lose a single Stalker here in the harass. And he does make up for his otherwise dead probes. Likewise, rotating into the main. He can try to get behind the mineral line, but the tank is in position. Here he can threaten the Marine. Oh! Does bring it down. Nicely done. Picks up a Marine, doesn't lose any Stalkers, pulls away. And for now, here he's containing his opponents. Now, the contain is nice and all, but he hasn't really gotten too much damage. And again, here his 3rd base is much later here. It's a very late 3rd. Colossus are soon to arrive. And Clem will soon break out. So what is Clem waiting for? Clem is waiting for Stim. Stim is about to finish. Tanks are building up. 3rd TC is halfway done. Once it finishes, then Clem can expand. Clem going for the spotter pylon. We'll bring it down. Medevac is still active. Very low when it comes to its HP, but still out there. Hopefully it comes back eventually to be repaired, but it's fine. As Clem is building up. herO back at home. He's got his first Colossus. Second one is about to help out. 3rd base is now getting saturated. Clem spots the Observer. Does bring it down. Observer does fall, and now Clem expands. Now, when it comes to the prioritization of this robo, we'll see if it's worth it here. herO, he's already got his Colossus. Disruptor production has already begun. Early disruptors here for herO. High risk, high reward. They can pop off, they can shut down the army, or they can miss, and I mean, Clem can snowball out of control. So it is a little bit risky, but they're on the way. They are building up. herO cutting Colossus at 2 for the time being. Just 2 Colossus into the Dark Shrine. Okay, let's go. Dark Shrine is in production. herO working towards DTs. Second robo as well for double disruptor production. Let's go. Here he's gearing up. herO should soon be taking a 4th. We spoke earlier, the 3rd base was delayed. The 4th base is also delayed for herO as well. Again, herO, he's intentionally delaying his expansions for further tech. For the 2nd Forge, the Dark Shrine, and the 2nd Robo as well. As a result, Clem, he is taking a lead when it comes to the supply, when it comes to the economy. Well, there's going to be a give and take here, where Clem was going to have the larger army, that is true, and herO, he's hoping to make up for that with units like Disruptors. As herO is now expanding. 4th CC on the way. What's concerning to me is that the 4th base for Clem is pretty on par with the 4th base of herO. Again, ideally the Protoss wants to be up in expansion. Like these engagements, they need to go herO's way. Doesn't really have much of an economic safety net behind him to maintain himself. But for now, we're just chilling. We're just chilling out. Both players, they have their sides of the map. We're building up. Ghosts are in production. 2nd starport for additional Vikings. As Clem, he's already on 3, soon to be 5 Vikings. And more from there. And yeah, just a very chill way to start the series. Very chill. Calming down. Clem is going to be the first to max, and with a maxed out army, he should be pushing. Should be moving out. Clem is being active. Is looking to be active, is looking to move out. Likewise here, he's meeting up with him. Clem, he is maxed. Oh. Going for auto start harass. Raven goes down. And shows those disruptors. Colossus, they do get within range of the mineral line. Oh, EMP goes up. Vikings, they attempt to chase. One Viking goes down. We're fighting on a knife's edge. At this point, Clem, he can take into Liberators. He has +1 ship weapons on the way. We should soon be seeing a fusion core. He's got 5 CCs being... Jesus. 5 CCs being thrown down. He's gearing up. At the same time, herO going for a mass DT warp in. Let's go. How many DTs? 9. 9 Dark Templar. But there is detection. Widow Mines as well. There we go. Nice splits. Very nice splits here by Clem. He avoids the Novas. DTs, they waddle in, and the mine shots, they pop up. Oh my god, massive connections. DTs, they get cleaned up. Clem defends. Clem, he does defend. We get a massive warp in of Zealots here to reinforce. The bunker needs to be replaced. Uh-oh. There's no bunker. And the Widow Mines have not reset, so these Zealots, they can pop up. Novas, they zone away. Zealots, they trickle in. And this time they will get damage. Clem has to pull back. They're extending with the CC. And here he gets a couple of workers, nothing too major. Here he took down 2 Widow Mines, 1 SCV, and a couple of Marines. He does distract the main army. Clem, he splits up his forces. And here he's getting up to 4 Robos. Jesus, making 4 disruptors at a time. Still no connections. Finally, towards the end, getting 1 Marine. Gets 1 Marine at least. It's something. Here still being active. If you're curious, here he pulled away with those Colossus, as they're kind of useless here. So he did pull away, but massive catch. Oh! Novas, they don't connect. 1 disruptor does not go down. Here he pulls away. Does pull away, does escape. Clem going for a split push. Does force a recall. Here he gets away just in time. Disruptors are saved. Zelarame coming in once again. And Clem, he's out of position, but he does have a planetary. Is it enough? Nice whole position micro in the mineral line. SCVs are going down. Clem, he races back home. He was out of position. And this gives herO the time he needs to build up his army. To build back up. Fusion core is done. And Lib range on the way. Clem, he's thinking about the Liberators. Both armies are maxed out. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing the tech and getting ready for Skytels from herO, but he's instead going for a more mobile army, something more aggressive. We'll see how it works. As Clem does collapse in the army, massive EMP, takes down 2 disruptors, takes down 3! Not a single Nova goes off, and herO, he will lose this army. The army crumbles at the same time, going for a counterattack. There's Liberator attempt to defend. herO, he's in trouble. Remember, recall's on cooldown, he cannot recall. He's racing back home. And Clem, he's broken through. The mass DT warp in. Let's go. Nova goes off. Gateway army being caught out. And here he plummets in supply. 1 bad fight is sometimes all it takes. herO, he is rebuilding 4 Robo units at a time. True. But here it doesn't really have a massive bank to work with. Here he expands towards his opponent. He's crazy. Nova's going to be going off. They do connect. Decent connections here on Clem. But Clem, he just rallies in. We have more Novas. Clem, he dives. He gets 1. He gets 2. Yeah, the Novas are denied. Disruptors, they get reset. They're all going down. And once again, Clem, he takes another fight. Shuts down the army. And here, this is all that's left. Just Stalkers. And he's going into mass Colossus. Let's go. Making 4 Colossus at a time. The problem here, though, is that we still have Vikings left over. Not too many, just 4. No, sorry, 5. And we have a 3rd starport liberated production well underway for Clem. As here he does catch out the Vikings at least. Colossus, they have made it. Behind this, Freedom has arrived. He has the freedom. He has the libs. Does need to set them up, though. Clem getting caught out. Liberators are being focused down. Not bad. Colossus, they rain down here on the Bio Army. Pushing back Clem. But the army is exposed. One of the Colossus goes down. Another as well. Oh. It does get picked up. And again, these have just been very expensive losses for herO. Behind this, Liberator popping up, getting 5 probes. Clem is already remaxed. And herO, he's stuck here. Down 60 supply. Up! Nice Nova. I think that's been the best Nova so far. You got, what, 2, 3 ghosts? But how many disruptors is what I want to know. 11. 11 disruptors have gone down, and even more falling here as the army gets caught out, and Clem just completely shuts down the army. Here he gets caught out, and there's nothing left. There's 2 disruptors, a handful of stalkers. herO down 100 supply. Massive connection when it comes to that final Nova. That's what we needed earlier. Gets a good Nova towards the end. But it's too little too late at this point. It's too little too late. As Clem has just been bullying the main army. That's just too much freedom. Too much Terran. As Clem rotates, Liberators have set up. And here, he knows he can't buy this head on, so he's just going for a big counterattack. It's like a pseudo base trade. The problem, though, is that here just doesn't have a large enough army to properly base trade. It's just not large enough. The base is being broken. herO diving into the 3rd. I mean, he's going to get damage done. But the disruptors, once again, they're exposed. They're going down one after the other. He is pushing in, takes down the 3rd base, sorry, the 4th base. I think just keep pushing. You just keep pushing from here. The rovers are exposed. They're going to be shut down. Okay, 18, 19 probe kills back at home. We're running out of stalkers. Here, the attempted base trade didn't quite work out. Again, he just didn't have enough. There's the recall. Clem, he defended. Now we can attack. And Clem, he's still maxed. He's still maxed out. Still has a terrifying economy, a terrifying army. And GG gets called. Clem will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Does take a lead in the series. Here we go. Here we go. And again, when it came to herO's style in that last game, I'm not too in love with it. As a reminder as to how that game did start, if you remember, herO, he delayed his 3rd base, he delayed his 4th base as well, all in favor of faster Robotech, faster Colossus, faster Disruptors. He rushed into that Robo-based army, but as we saw, he didn't really gain much value with it. It wasn't really worth it in the end to sacrifice his economy in favor of that. It's also possible that maybe herO was assuming that Clem would be more aggressive. You know, maybe he was hoping that if Clem was going to be more active, then he could catch him out with faster Colossus or faster Disruptors. As we saw, Clem was really passive. Clem, he had the early drop, that is true, the early Widowmine Marine drop. But outside of the early drop and outside of the Raven harass, he wasn't really being too active whatsoever. So this kind of prioritization of robo units for herO just wasn't worth it in the end. Did set him behind. And coming in towards the later game state, he had less bases, he had a worse economy, he didn't have a bank to work with, and Clem did just out-trade him over the course of that game. GG. GG, well played. Clem takes the lead, but what I will say is that I don't expect to see that style again out of herO. herO, he's a very versatile player. He's also known for his micro, known for his aggression, so I'm sure we're going to be seeing a different phase, a different side, a different shade of herO here in Game 2, especially on this map as we load into El Dorado. Let's go. We're loading into El Dorado, one of the more unorthodox maps in the map pool, and I feel like this is a map where herO can thrive. I do want to believe. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of El Dorado, we have the French Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player from South Korea, representing Weibo Gaming. It is herO. Here we go. And again, we have seen herO take down Clem many a time, but not with what we just saw. With a more active, more aggressive style, especially very gateway focus as well. And I do favor that here on El Dorado. The rush distance by ground is shorter, so you can try to be more assertive here. But it also does depend on how our players expand. You know, do we expand towards each other? Do we expand away from each other instead? Curious to see how both herO and Clem approach this. For now, once again, double gas. Double gas opener out of Clem. We saw this in Game 1. If you remember, in Game 1, this led into a committed Widowmine drop with Marines, and I want to say he killed, was it 6? No, 7. It was 7 preps. He killed 7 workers in the natural, so it was a really strong start for Clem with that initial Widowmine Marine drop. And we'll see if he goes for that again, or if he goes for something different. As a reminder, with double gas, we can open up Banshee, we can open up a Tank Drop, we can open up Reaper Hellion, we can open up early Cyclone. We'll see what Clem goes for. Or even a more committed Widowmine drop with purely Widowmine instead of Widowmine Marine. There are a lot of possibilities. But now herO just opening up with a gate into, oh sorry, gate expand into Cybercore. Sorry, gate cyber expand even. Standard opener out of herO. And we do see that Clem, he opens up with a singular Reaper into his add-ons. Reactors on the way. Clem is scouting for proxies. I mean, against herO, makes sense. You don't want to get caught out. So he's checking here at the 3rd location. And here comes that command center on the low ground. And herO, we have his tech of choice. Remember, last game, it was a Twilight Council opener into Blink. This time, Robo. Interesting. Now, this is considered to be a much safer opener here in this matchup. The reason for this, if herO scouts an early push, he has access to early Immortals. If it is a Banshee-based opener, he has access to early Observers. And likewise, it also gives him access to early Bait into early Colossus production as well. It's a very safe start here from herO. And because the rush distance by ground is quite short on El Dorado, he's predicting aggression out of Clem. Now, this opener can also turn into something more active. If herO opens up with an early Warp Prism, then he can try to harass into the main. But outside of that, should just be a safer start. As the initial Hellion does make it out. Back at home, we do have, it looks like the same build. It looks like the same build here from Clem 2 games in a row. Going for a singular Widowmine drop into Marine Widowmine drop. All coming together. I mean, it was quite successful in Game 1 against herO, true. Did kill 7 probes. We'll see if he's as successful here in Game 2. As you can see here, he's getting ready for that drop. Back at home, it's just going to be Observer first. herO can make a safety immortal. Drop is moving out. And this also means that herO, he, again, is going to be lacking a lot of flexibility and mobility here in this game. Does scout the drop, though, with the Observer. Nicely done. He is aware. He is warping in defensively. But again, here he's going to have delayed blink, for example, so delayed map control. Drop is deflected. herO is in position. So again, so far the initial... Oh no! I was going to say the initial Observer does pay for itself. The second Observer gets caught, gets scanned, and is shut down. Nice pick off here from Clem. Meanwhile, big shout out to Express Car in the chat. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time over on your own channel. Here, welcome to the grand finals of the PiGosaur Monday. This is the final series of the tournament. It is a best of 5 between Clem and herO. So you made it just in time for the finals. We're a game in. Still plenty more to come. Plenty more. I hope you had a good time. Hope you had a good time. As here again, opening up Robo into his follow-up tech. It's going to be Forge and a Twilight Council. Looks like Charge. Yep, there we go. Charged on the way. Getting ready for Charged on Archon. So again, a very different style here from herO. As what we just saw. Getting to his third. And again, Clem's initial drop was denied. So what I will say, comparing the two games, here in game 2, herO, he's had a much stronger start to the game, as, hey, he didn't lose 7 probes, didn't lose 7 workers, he keeps up, he shuts down the Hellion. I don't think Clem has gotten much scouting information. Yeah, he hasn't seen much at all. He hasn't seen the tech, he doesn't know what's going on. I mean, he saw the early observer, so he knows it was a Robo opener, true. He does know that at least. He can deduce what has been going on. And behind this, rushing into +1, stim, 3-rack setup. Early tank production, building up before moving out. And again, this is just the same build as we saw previously, the same setup here as game 1. Third CC's on the way, not a 2-base all-in. Clem is just settling in. Meanwhile, herO, he's rushing into Storm. Hello. So much, I mean, taking into Charge, of course, into +1, into much faster Storm. See what herO can get done. As again, Clem just hasn't really seen much at all. For all Clem knows with a Robo opener, it could be Colossus, right? There could be a Colossus follow-up. Ah, but now he sees. He scouts a third base, he sees a High Templar, he knows. So very nice scout here from Clem. He's fully aware of what's going on. Maintains control of the Zelnaga. Shuts down the Adept. And herO takes it forth. And again, this third base and this fourth base are much faster this time from herO. If you remember, herO didn't get his fourth last game until Clem already had his third saturated. Remember, Clem and herO's fourth base were almost right next to each other when it comes to timing. So I appreciate this. Just much more fixated here on a better economy, on faster bases, recognizing that Clem isn't really being too aggressive. He's going for drop play, yes, but he's keeping his main army back at home. So here he is free to expand. He's free to expand. Clem, he's hunting for observers. Looking for any stray pickups. Going for the Zelnaga. There is a Storm. Oh, speaking of, goes to the feedback, and the Storm. Gets feedback, Storm goes up, nicely done. Here he even saves a High Templar as well. Very quick moves. Quick moves out of herO. Do you see what I see? +1 air attack. Classic, is that you? +1 air attack for herO. Now that he's getting his fourth base, he's rushing into Sky Toss. This should be a Tempest rush, could be Carrier, but should be Tempest here from herO. This is risky to go for, but if he recognizes that Clem is being too passive, if he's being too passive, he's being too defensive, you can get away with a Sky Toss rush. Ooh, was that the Prism? That was the War Prism! herO, he wasn't quite paying attention. Cells, they do hit the mineral line, but here he's otherwise distracted. Meanwhile, the drop does move in. herO is somewhat in position. He has a Storm. We'll see if herO can hold. 7 SCVs go down. Storm does connect. Insane Storm. Does shut down the army. Meanwhile, double drop into the main. Black White Storm is ready. Feedbacks on the Medivac. Storm as well. Shield battery is in position. And herO holds. Here he does hold. He shuts down the northern push, the south as well. And more importantly, Clem, what did he see? Did not see the Stargates, did not see the researching Cybercore either. Clem doesn't know. So the aggression has failed, and Clem is falling behind tech-wise. Now, Clem is going to be the first to max out. Like, Clem, he still has a large army supply, but Clem is getting a 4th base. He's taking into Ghost, taking towards 2-2 with an armory. And again, Clem doesn't realize that he's the one that needs to be active right now. As a fleet beacon, it's almost done. It's getting there. Here, he's being active. And again, the goal for herO here is to keep Clem busy. To keep him pinned back at home, keep him contained if possible on 3 bases. And herO shouldn't be pushing into these tanks. He should be respecting this position. Just posturing. Oh, nice feedbacks. Nice EMP either here on the High Templar, catching 4 of them. 4 High Templar get caught. Carrier production has begun, making 3 carriers at a time. And again, here he just needs time. Just needs a little bit of time here to get into 6 carriers. And then he can snowball out of control. Clem still has no idea. Clem just getting his 4th up and running, securing his position, throwing down turrets, throwing down sensor towers. And again, like this is, I mean, he's playing like he did last game, right? Again, last game, Clem was more passive, just like here, just like he is here. Oh, but finally, he's being active. And again, some of the failings of herO last game was that he had prioritized teching too quickly instead of expanding. This time, remember, herO, he rushed into a 4th base first before teching up, before going into Sky Toss. So just a very different approach in general here by herO in almost every way. It's working well. Nice feedbacks. Zoning back the Terran. Oh, better EMP though, catching out 2 High Templar. Oh, Storm zones, and again, it's all about zoning. Now, Clem, he should be fighting for this expansion, but even if herO loses the space, he can afford it. He can afford this loss. As he's already got 3, soon to be 6. And again, 6 carriers is going to be ideal to move out. Oh, the flanking storms! Oh, not quite. Zealots, they come in from behind, they go for the mineral line. They do keep Clem busy, they drag him back home. And that's all that matters. That is herO's win condition, just distracting Clem. Clem now getting his 4th base. Clem is maxed. Throwing down more CCs, again, just like he did last time. Throwing down a wall of CCs and Diffusion Core. Up the storm! Once again. herO with the shadow! Cheeky storm, but a better snipe. High Templar goes down. And here, he's done it. What does he have? He has 6 carriers. 6 carriers have arrived. Does he have a mothership? He should. No mothership yet, which is a little bit concerning. The mothership does add a lot of value, a lot of support to the main army. He's getting up to 9 carriers. Jesus. Now, I had assumed that here he was going to reveal his hand with 6, but no, he's waiting until he has 9. This is greedy. This is greedy here from herO. Just banking up even further. Getting up to 9 carriers. And again, Clem has no idea. If Clem was aware, we should be seeing more starports and specifically more Vikings. But Clem, he's working towards Liberators instead. He should be aware. He should be looking at this and feeling like, hold up, why is the army so small? There's a lot of spellcasters, but where's everything else? What's going on? Where's the money being spent? He should be questioning what he's seeing here. Moving out, looking for more bases. Feedback's going up. How many Vikings does he have? 5. Oh, only 5 Vikings. Massive storm. The flanking storms. There are only 5 Vikings getting into libs. I mean, again, Clem is maxed. He's stuck with what he has. And here comes the mothership. And that's 9 carriers. He's getting up to another 3. Jesus. Getting up to 12. 12 carriers and the mothership, and that is going to be herO maxed out. With these final reinforcements, Clem now dropping into natural. Now he's going to find out what's been going on. Not even. The storms are going to zone away. No, is he not going to scout? The feedback's the storm. They zone away. And Clem, he doesn't know. He still has no idea. How many Marines does he have? 25. He has almost as many Marines as our Marauders, and again, Marauders are not as impactful here. He's got a couple of Ghosts. Storms once again popping off. And there it is. Now he knows. There's the revelation. The sky toss is revealed, and now it's time to A move. As here he moves out across the map, we have a wall of turrets being thrown down in a panic. He's trying to get anti-air. The turrets are too late. Again, there's no setup of turrets here. There's no anti-air. He's making 6 Vikings at a time. And here comes the Protoss. Here comes herO. Knocks down the expansion. Massive storms popping up. And what can Clem do? What can Clem do? GG gets called. He gets called completely with his pants down. And herO ties up the series 1-1. GG. GG, well played. Again, Clem, he was in the dark. He had no idea what was happening until it was too late. As we saw, Clem didn't see the sky toss until it was already maxed, until it was already moving out. That was 12 carriers, by the way. That was 12 carriers and a mothership. And Clem, he was, the pants were down, papi. The pants were non-existent. So from there, here he just snowballed out of control. And again, this was a really good adaptation from herO. As a reminder, Clem played the exact same way. He played the same way he did in Game 1. If you're curious, Clem was also really passive in Game 1. He was really passive. He was just chilling back at home, got into a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th base. Clem maxed out, getting into Ghosts, getting into Vikings. The difference is that herO, if you remember, he didn't focus on expanding. He delayed his 3rd, delayed his 4th, delayed his 5th, and he focused on building up a robo ground composition, which Clem was already ready for. He already had the ideal composition against, and herO, he had kind of foregone his economy for a faster army or for a greater robo army, which didn't really work out. It just did nothing. Just did nothing for herO in Game 1. And yeah, with that, herO, he reacted, he responded very well to Clem's style, and here snowballs out of control in Game 2. He's like, yo, if you're gonna be passive like this, I would just rush into sky toss. I'm just rush into a 3rd and a 4th base. I'm gonna just get a better economy and just rush into sky toss from here. And Clem is punished. And now we're gonna have to see a much more aggressive Clem instead. Now we have to shake things up from the Terran side. Here we go. As we are getting into our into our next game. Getting into our next game. Here we go. Good old Golden Armada. Let's go. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the French Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Liquid, being forced into a tied-up series. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing Weibo Gaming. It is herO. Here we go. On Storm, High Templar are better at zoning than Disruptors. They both zone in different ways, is what I will say. They both zone in different ways, and they both allow you to have different kind of compositions as well. What I'm referring to is that once you take into Robo, the purpose of Disruptors is that they help support your Colossus-based army, which is more consistent splash damage, so you have a more secure DPS output with a Colossus Disruptor-based composition, more so than High Templar, for example. Likewise, High Templar, they are vulnerable to EMPs, so on the one hand, it's like, oh, storms, they're good at zoning. True, but what if you never storm? What if your High Templar get EMP'd ahead of time, as Disruptors are safe from EMPs? Disruptors, EMPs, they will not stop the Nova from going off, so again, they're just very different units. They have their strengths, they have their weaknesses, and they provide for different playstyles. Different playstyles. As again, especially with the more storm-based composition of last game, herO, his purpose was to buy time. His purpose was never to fight Clem and never to push into his bases. It was only ever to just buy time for the sky toss. So like they had a very different purpose than what the Disruptors had in Game 1, for example. It's just really very different game. A very different game, very different goals for the players, for the units, very different outcome, of course, as well. For now, though, we're settling in. is going to be a gate expand standard opener. He had a herO, likewise standard opener. Oh, sorry, my apologies. For the first time this series, Clem, do you see what I see? One gas. Single gas opener, ranks expand much faster, natural this time. Clem, he does shake it up. Every game so far in this series, Clem did open up double gas into that Widowmine Marine drop. If you remember, last game he got shut down. So Clem, he's shaking it up here and going for a more economic start instead. Speaking of a more economic start, herO, he goes for a Stargate opener for the first time. What I appreciate every game so far in this series, herO has gone for different builds. Game 1, Twilight Council into Blink into faster Robo. Game 2, Robo opener into Charged Storm. Game 3, Stargate into, I would imagine, Phoenixes. Now here, he could open Oracle instead. Could be an Oracle-based opener to harass. There, speaking of, yeah, there you go. Is going to be harassing with Oracles. Reaper dives in, and Clem should get a full scout. He should get a full scout across the map. Adept is going to be denying mining time, but the Reaper dives in. The Reaper confirms the Stargate. So back at home, Clem, he should be responding with anti-air. Marines are building up. Tech lab on that factory, and this can lead into an early Cyclone to defend back at home. Again, Cyclones are ideal against Oracles and Phoenixes in the early game, and as we can see, it is not going to be a Phoenix because that is a very fast Twilight Council. So Stargate into late Twilight Council, no Phoenixes. Just the Oracle. Oh, a premature activation there from herO. Does waste energy on the Oracle. Doesn't quite get anything for it. There we go. Viking Cyclone. Again, this is a response to the Scout to make sure that Clemmy is safe at home. And because of the delayed Twilight Council, I would imagine this should be... okay, it's going to be Blink. I was going to say Charge, but no, it's going to be delayed Blink here for herO. But this does mean that herO is vulnerable. But thankfully, because Clem is reacting to what he scouted, Clem doesn't really have any pushing power himself. Adepts say threaten the shade. Alien into the mineral line. Oh. It's going to be shut down. As now Clem, he is just being kept here on 2 bases, building up his 3-1-1 setup, getting into tanks, into an eventual 3rd base. As Clem with help with the Cyclone, he's able to break out. Does break out. The Oracle's under fire as well. This Oracle hasn't really gotten any value. One more shot. Oh my god, it gets a revelation. And this Oracle should be hunted down. At the same time, Adepts shade into the mineral line. They get some SCVs. But overall, here he's being shut down. Adepts do shade away. Back at home here, he is expanding, getting his 3rd. But here he is vulnerable, and here comes the move out. Yeah, Clem is pushing. And again, he should smell blood in the water. Remember, Blink and Stalker production has been delayed because of the Stargate. Clem, though, he's distracted by the Adepts. Being kept at bay. And here he's just buying time for more warp pins. He's building up his Stalker army. Getting into charge. Does take his gases, or does take 1 at least. Yeah, with the gases, he's taking up into the Robo, into the Forge, into a ground-based composition. Whew. And now here he's made it. He's made it to Blink, and now the goal for herO is to contain. To contain the Terran for as long as possible. 3rd TC's on the way. This is not a 2-base all-in. He can die Stim! Clem is out of position. Completely out of position. Stim is denied. Massive pickoff. And here he gets out. Doesn't lose a single unit. Ay, ay, ay. Without Stim, Clem is contained. When Stim finishes, then Clem can actually move out. He can contest the army and expand. Without it, he's stuck at home. So Clem's aggression is denied. And with that, here he is free to tech. He's free to skip warp-ins, to focus on production, on tech, on upgrades, on everything else, as Clem should not move out. So herO should expand. herO should be taking a 4th base, 2nd Forge. Bay is now on the way for Colossus production. Gateway Explosion. As Stim is, what, halfway done. 3rd TC still on the way. And again, Clem is still just stuck here. So far, very nice start. Very nice start here for herO. is looking very comfortable. And we'll see if we can survive the aggression of Clem once Stim finishes. As Clem, he will eventually be active. You know, here just fanning out his units. Has the Observer outside of the entrance to the natural. Likewise, Zealots towards the left-hand side for a run-by towards the third. And the Prism to reinforce. Oh no! Miss Rally! Yeah, it is a Miss Rally. Prism should not be here. Prism goes down. Massive pickoff. With that, Clem has that much less to worry about when it comes to a counterattack. And Clem, he moves out. Yeah, he moves out. There's no threat of a warp in. But there is a Zealot run-by, which Clem did not scout. So as he moves out, the mineral line is exposed, and Zealots have arrived. They force Clem back. herO, he buys time. He buys time. He delays the push. And back at home, herO, he needs time for the first Colossus. The first Colossus is still in production here at the third. Clem, he pushes. The Observer does confirm. We need some force fields. Speaking of, slowing down the army, catching out some of these Marauders. And 2 Marauders go down. herO, he does delay. The Colossus has arrived. And the Zealots, they come back. They strike the third base once again, delaying reinforcements. Second Colossus is halfway done. And does he have enough force fields? So far, Widowmine shots are going to be going over the Zealots. Ooh, massive connections. Zealots are coming from behind. The tank is exposed. And herO, he's barely holding on. He shuts down the tank. Full surround. He holds. He doesn't just hold, he can counterattack. Ooh. Does overextend for a moment. Still has force fields available. Still has those force fields. His fourth base is up and running. It is standing. Clem in a bit of trouble. Force back. herO baiting out the Widowmine. Nicely done. And he backs off. Here, he does not have enough to really push in towards a third, but he can contain. And pick off a couple of stray units. Gets a Widowmine. Gets one, gets... Oh, not quite the second. But he picks off Widowmine, doesn't lose any Stalkers. Behind this third Colossus is on the way. herO once again threatening a dive. Baits out the mine. Widowmine goes down, heads towards the mineral line, and he backs off. So again, just goes for a drive-by. Pushing in though. This time less certain about, as the Viking count is quite high. Colossus a force back. Once again, nice pickoffs. herO being very careful with his army movement. He pulls away. But again, has he overextended? The first Colossus, it does go down. And herO, he's committing. He commits to the fight. He's going to be losing his second Colossus. No, it survives. The Colossus lives. The Vikings go down, and herO, he's done it. He's broken the base. The Viking count gets reset. herO catching more SCVs. That's 12 SCVs going down. GG gets called. herO, he breaks through. And herO takes a 2-1 lead. Whew. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Again, a very tense game here. herO, he bought so much time for his Colossus back at home. When it came to the Zealot run-bys, when it came to his army movement, it was a risky move, or it was a scary moment when he lost the Warp Prism, but that also invigorated Clem to move out. When he killed the Warp Prism, it was go time, and he exposed himself to those Zealots. With that, herO, he was able to buy enough time for the Colossus, able to get ready with those force fields as well. On top of that, more than anything, the push was heavily delayed because Stim got sniped. Remember that moment? Like, so much occurred because of the Night Stim. It was because Stim went down that herO was able to get a faster fourth base, tech up into the bay, into the forges, into the upgrades. Everything became accessible when Stim went down. As herO, he had just so much freedom. And with that, GG. GG, well played. herO, he is one game away from claiming the series. And Clem, he's up against the wall. He needs to win this game to force the ace match. And personally, I would love an ace match. You know, I'm greedy like that. I would want a game 5. I would want a full series. But the pressure is on Clem. Pressure is on. And again, just really meticulous movement by herO when it came to the final attack, when the final push. We saw him just poking in, poking out, taking off a Widowmine here and there, weakening the army slowly over time, getting behind the mineral line, causing a really awkward engagement as the CC was in the way, so Clem couldn't get the concave he wanted because of that command center. Just really slow, like a slow push there that eventually herO committed into. Just really well done, really nice movement, really nice control with the main army. And that leads us into game number 4. And we have our lobby. We have our map. Next game is going to be on King's Cove. Here we go. It is still better for Clem. Again, that's why it's important that here he was buying time. He was buying time for his Colossus, for his Warpins, for more NG for sentries, for force fields. Like that's what was important about that moment when Clem tried to move out. Here we go. We're getting into our next game. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of King's Cove, we have the French Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Liquid, down in the series up against the wall. We'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the... Hello. We have, he's an animal. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing Weibo Gaming. Going for the proxy, it is herO. As the second probe has arrived, and he's setting up in the center of the map. Okay, let's go. I'm ready. I'm excited. Now, this is designed to punish a single gas opener. Now, if you remember, something important happened last game. Last game was the first time in the series that... Oh, here we go. Last game was the first time in the series that Clem did open up single gas into a faster CC. Now he's reverting back to double gas. Double gas opener. What does this mean? This means faster factory, faster helium production as well. We'll see what herO can accomplish with this initial opener. I'm assuming he's not committing into a second gateway. Just the one gate. A really awkward start is what I will say for herO, as it means that his initial units can move out across the map sooner, but there's a full wall. That's the problem. If there was a CC on the low ground, then herO, he could punish it. He could punish that command center. But alas, there is none. And by the time there is, I mean, there's going to be units. The Reaper is on the way. And again, we should be seeing that factory follow-up. As there's that factory for Clem, again delaying his command center. Clem could also throw down a CC in the main, as the Zealot does move out. Behind this, going for a second Zealot. Okay, it looks like herO, he wants to try to break this ramp. I mean, the CC is going to be on the low ground, so it looks like herO can at least force a cancel. If the army's distracted, Reaper moves out. Reaper does move out across the map. Not at home to defend. Zealots are trickling in. And they're going for the CC. Yeah, the CC has been placed. Zealots actually go for the main. Never mind. They go for the main base, knocking down that wall. Reaper turns back around, caught by the Stalker. Uh-oh, there's a cancel. And the Reaper, does it fall? Up, can he get it? Oh my god. Reaper does get away. Whew, just in time. Does pull back. Again, Clem is contained on one base, throwing down a bunker. Big response, big reaction here by Clem. Clem, he does go for a add-on first on the factory into Cyclone, which means he has that much less to defend initially. Marines have arrived. Second Stalker coming in. Bunker is now done, and Clem holds. Clem, he does hold, but what's important is that Clem is on one base. Clem, he's stuck on one base, and herO, he has an expansion on the way. He's taking Twilight Council follow-up into Blink. Up. So he doesn't quite get the Reaper. Nice bait as the Cyclone gets a lock on. Stalker does recall, and the Stalker will get away. Just barely. And where does Clem go from here, is the question. We're stuck. I mean, we have to expand, of course, so it's going to be a very late expansion for Clem. Clem, he has potential with the Cyclone. He has one, soon to be two Cyclones. Okay, focusing on that Cyclone production. Is going to be moving out. Does find the proxy. Army's on the way. Cyclone, a little bit exposed. Takes some hits. Takes a lot of damage, actually, down to half HP. The second Cyclone has arrived. It takes out a Stalker. Yeah, one Stalker goes down. Nice pickup. And here he has to respect the Cyclone army, especially this early on. Going for another Warpin. He Wants that Cyclone. Zoning back Clem. Blink is on the horizon. Reaper has arrived, gets a probe. Not bad. Do you think the Prism was a missed rally or was it a bait? It was a missed rally, but I think, you know, give herO some lemons and he thinks about zest, right? Like he... like, I think herO, he made the best out of that situation. So I think it was just a really good adaptation for herO, or like it was just really fortunate. Because it did kind of bait out the army to move out across the map, but I don't think that was the intention from herO. He was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, it kind of works. True. As the gateway is going to go down. Oh. As here he does get caught out by the tank. Nice tank volley goes up. Lock-on is broken. And here he does get a Cyclone. Gets one Cyclone. Blink is now done. Hallucination gets eyes on the high ground. He does see the tank repositioning. Tank does re-siege. Here he is aware. He rotates over. And here he's hunting. He's hunting this army. He wants that tank. Does keep pushing. Goes past the army. He'd actually try to go into the main. He's lacking high ground vision. He cuts off the main army. Trading with the Marines. Doesn't get the tank with the Cyclone. Speaking of Marines, I mean, still a good trade. Still an efficient trade here for herO. As he pulls away and he expands. He's getting a third. Up! Oh my god. As he is taking his third expansion. Banshee gets 3 probes for the Banshee and Cloak. Not worth it. Not worth it here for Clem. Ay, ay, ay. Does have a second Banshee. Thankfully, this Banshee has a lot of work to do. As he does move out towards the third base of herO. As that was a big investment for Clem. Clem being active. This is crazy. He's gonna be punished for it. Yeah, Marines are gonna be going down. Clem, what's going on? Yeah, we have to get out of here. I mean, calm down, Clem. Calm down. As he does back off. That was almost disastrous. By the way, Clem, he could have lost both tanks there, so thankfully he pulls away. Oh. Banshee at least gets a pylon. Meanwhile, here he dives into the main, going for the tanks. He gets one. Ooh, not even. Big punish. Miscontrol here out of here. He gets choked up, and with a massive win, Clem, he shuts down the army. Clem holds. He holds, and he kills. How many Stalkers was that? 9. 9 Stalkers, and herO, he did not get the tank. Again, the SimCity, he was brutal, and herO, he got too greedy. He got too greedy. He got overconfident. Things were going well for herO until that moment. That's a big loss, losing 9 Stalkers. 9 Stalkers and the Observer. And now suddenly, Clem, he's up in supply. He has momentum. He can move out. Clem can move out, and herO, he has 4 Stalkers to slow down the push. He should have had 13. Should have had 13 Stalkers here to slow this down. Oh, and he's just being bullied back. Another Stalker falls. Ay, ay, ay. Nice catch here once again. Another volley goes off. And hero's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble right now. As there's that much less to slow down the push to buy time for extra warp ins. Gateways are on the way. Bay as well. And again, that dive might have just been game. Oh no, he's catching the Stalkers though! Oh my god. Casito. I mean, 1 Stalker still goes down anyway. He loses 1, loses 2, down to 1 Stalker left. Third base is on the way. And the herO, what does he have to work with? He has 3 Immortals. 3 Immortals, 7 Zealots. Charge is done. He has to get into these tanks. The tanks are on siege. Anti-armor missile goes off. Bit of friendly fire. But it's just not enough. Nice force fields though. herO slicing up the army. Yeah, fighting half the army at once. Very nice engage. This is the best case scenario for herO. Shaves off a good portion of the bio. Tanks, they were a little bit too far behind. But despite that, herO, he's still down 50 supply. Like, it's crazy. He's just still so heavily behind. Immortal goes down, goes to the dive, takes down 2 of the tanks. But Clem just snowballs out of control. He has done it. He has broken the back of herO. There's just nothing left. There's 2 Immortals remaining. Down to 1. Oh, Colossus does make it, though. The Colossus has arrived. herO, he's holding. I mean, he's trying to. Again, he's doing the best he can here with what he has. Forcing some friendly fire. He's trying to. Tank goes down. Okay. The tank has fallen. Oh, the Immortal gets targeted. That's a brutal pickup. And he forces back Clem. Only for now, though. As here comes the second wave. Here comes the reinforcements. And here he barely survived. With 1 Colossus, with 2 Stalkers and 2 Zealots. And from here, Clem, he can stim and win. And takes down the gateways, just catching herO out of position. Ooh, mine shots going up. And he can just dive on the army. Does have the prison to help micro. But there's only so much he can micro here with 1 Colossus. Ooh. Mine shots going up. Clem rotating over towards the 3rd. Shutting down some of the gateways. Again, this 1 Colossus, it's putting in some work. Don't get me wrong. herO, he holds. Does hold more reinforcements on the way. This is where the map is actually hurting Clem. Ooh, as the Prism goes down. Uh-oh. Prism does fall. But the rush distance by ground is very long. It's very long here on King's Cove. So it takes a long time for the reinforcements to arrive, and that is helping herO. It is allowing him to get his 4th. Now up to 2 Colossus. Meanwhile, Clem getting his own 4th CC as well. CC on the way. So I'm dropping into the natural. Does drop in. Does force a recall. Recalls a handful of gateway units. That's always the gamble for the Terran, is they don't know what's being recalled exactly. They could commit or not. That's a lot of ghosts. And herO is getting his 4th base saturated. I mean, if he can survive a little bit longer, he can stabilize. Disruptors are on the way. And despite being down 40 supply, Disruptors are a way to make up for that. That potential. Meanwhile, no shield battery. First Colossus should fall. First Colossus goes down. Zealot's collapse in, trying to force some friendly fire. Again, here he's just treading water at this point. First Disruptor has made it. Unfortunately, here he doesn't have any free supply to harass across the map with like Zealot run-bys or anything like that. He's doing everything he can to just live. He just wants to live, Bappy. The first Nova goes up. Ooh, doesn't quite connect. Not quite. Second Disruptor's on the way. Nice swipes here with the Colossus. Very nice swipes. EMP is popping up. Vikings being turned away. And EMP is the main army. He wants to dive in. Flanking Disruptor has arrived. Never goes up. Once again, only zones. Does not quite connect. That was a premature second Nova. herO a little bit trigger happy. Yeah, without that second Nova, now we can commit. Yeah, the Colossus, they go down one after the other. The Vikings, they land, and Clemmy's done it. He breaks through. Breaks through the main army, gets into the mineral line. Disruptors, they do nothing here. And GG gets called. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played again. The game-winning moment, as we mentioned, the moment that Clem won that game was the blink into the main. Was when herO, when he blinked into the main base, when he tried to focus down that tank, when he failed, he didn't get the tank, and he lost 9 Stalkers in the process. That meant that Clem was no longer contained. That means that Clem, he could just freely move out across the map. There was nothing to stop him, there was nothing to slow him down, there was nothing to cause him any pause to turn around or anything like that. And with that, he just snowballed out of control. herO, he just did not have enough time to build up his army back at home. And GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going all the way to Game 5, the final game of the series. Let's go. Let us go. Amazing herO did it. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed that herO, he survived as long as he did. But as we mentioned, like, herO, he was just treading water the entire time. Like, he was doing everything he could to, like, survive, but he was never winning, right? He was never in a commanding position from that moment. Still impressive, nonetheless. But here we go. We're getting into the ace match, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the French Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid, fighting back and forcing the ace match. It is a Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player representing Weibo Gaming. It is herO. We go. As this is the final game of the series, it all ends here. It all ends on Abyssal Reef. We'll see how this story concludes. I mean, personally, I'm just happy we get an ace match. I'm just happy we've gone all the way to Game 5. Again, herO and Clem, they are some of the best players in the world. Clem being, of course, the best player in the world, being the reigning world champion, and herO being the best Protoss in Korea, arguably the best Protoss player in the world as well. I mean, sure, there is max packs, but only applicable to online events. herO is at least the best offline Protoss player. And we often see herO go back and forth. herO, he recently defeated Cyril, recently defeated Raynor as well. He, of course, has been quite competitive with Clem, trading back and forth. Like, if there's ever anyone to stop Clem, it would be herO. And regardless, he has made a good series out of this. Regardless of how this turns out, both Clem and herO, they've both been popping off. As for now, we have a Gate Cyber Expand out of herO. Clem going for his own double gas. Once again, double gas opener, faster factory. This time, there's no crazy proxy in the center of the map. Not this time. And herO, he opens up Zealot. Interesting. Zealot opener out of herO. The goal here is to move out across the map and trying to disrupt the opener of Clem and gain momentum. He will run into the Reaper though, and the Reaper should be able to deal with this. Making use of the tall grass. Up, up, up. Can he get a swipe? He can. He gets one. Up, up. Just the one swipe, but alas, the Adept will arrive. And the Reaper will regen. Just a nice little micro battle there between herO and Clem. As Clem, he does break past. And it is going to be a CC on the high ground. Again, because of the Zealot, the CC is exposed. So Clem, he goes for a safe opener this time with the CC. And back at home, herO going for a Stargate opener. Once again, as we have seen once before in this series. And Clem confirms. Clem, he confirms the Stargate. Back at home, Clem should be opening up a Reaper Viking. Now, the last time we saw a Stargate was when herO went for an Oracle into Ground Toss. He went Oracle into Blink, into a switch to a ground-based composition. And we'll see if we can pull that off again. As, yep, once again, Oracle is going to be an Oracle opener from the side of herO. And we'll see what he can get done. Meanwhile, the Cyclone army is backing up. This time, there is no Viking. Interesting. A little bit greedier here from Clem. Is going to be skipping his Viking, going for the Tech Lab on the Starport. Can open Raven, or can open Banshee. Adepts, they commit to the shade. They go for the Marines. Yeah, the Marines are being targeted, one after the other. Ooh, Mindshell goes off on the Zealots, and with that, the SCV, the mineral line, is exposed. SCVs are going down. Very nice assault here from herO. Takes down the Cyclone, but the Oracle is going to fall, and he does not get the SCVs. Ooh, that was close. Again, if the Cyclone had gone down earlier, then Workers would have started to go down. But Clem holds. Clem defends, and Clem trades army for army. But here comes that second Oracle in the middle line. It's exposed. Not like this. Workers have to pull away. One SCV goes down. He gets one. He gets two. Respects the Cyclone. Looking at the trades here, it was 3 Adepts, 1 Zealot, and 1 Oracle for 7 Marines. Wouldn't mind in a Cyclone. I would say a better trade for herO. And he invests into another Oracle. Interesting. Triple Oracle opener. And Clem is being punished for skipping the Viking this time. As herO, he committed that much harder into the Oracles. Meanwhile, Clem is being contained, getting into his own 3-1-1 setup. Likewise, herO, he rushes into a third base. So here he's being more economic, getting to his third base. He has map control now, working towards Blink. I believe there is a Widowmine. Oh, also my apologies. A Viking was made. A later Viking, but a Viking nonetheless. So with that, Clem should be safe. He should be safe and sound. The Oracles, they can gain value in other ways, though. They can throw down stasis traps. They can get revelations later on. They can rescat the main. Tag the army, of course. But the chances of these Oracles getting economic damage is far lower this time. As here he throws down the stasis traps. Is setting up. Yeah, as we mentioned, just setting up stasis traps in every single attack path. Back at home, getting his third base saturated. It is a Robo follow-up here from herO. Just +1 blink into Robo. I would imagine into a Bay, into splash damage. We'll see. As herO just keeping tabs on the army. This time Stim is done. Stim has completed the upgrades. They are free to finish up here for Clem. And should be building up towards an eventual move out. We can see that Clem is getting a third CC. Checking the vision here, I believe herO did see that. Yeah, he did confirm. Is aware of the command center. So here he's aware. And welcome one and all to Abyssal Reef. Abyssal Reef is known for its long macro play. The reason for this is because your 3 and 4 base setup is very defendable. So very easy to hold. Revelation on the main army. Clem, he's expanding behind this, but he is moving out. Interesting. Does move out through the center. Oracle hits the mineral at the same time, getting a couple of SCVs. And here he does delay his fourth. He delays the expansion, otherwise it would have been denied. herO building up more reinforcements, and can herO hold on? Charge isn't done yet. Will throw down the fourth base, but can he hold on to it? Can he save it? The armies are quite comparable. Comes down to the unit control. So far, herO hasn't lost a single Stalker. Blinks away. Picks up a couple of Marines. Nice force field. Yeah, just slicing up the army. Stalkers are now going down. Charge isn't done yet. But Clem, he's running out of steam. Reinforcements, they have arrived. Clem, he does keep going. He commits. Clem is committing. Oracles activate their pulsar beams. Mine shot's gonna be going up. Ooh, massive connections. But the Colossus has arrived. The tank goes down. And is that enough? Up the Colossus. Colossus falls. But there's just not enough left here in Clem. He's forced back. herO holds. herO, he does hold on. Picking up more Marauders. Catching out more of the army. Diving on in. Takes a mine shot to the face. But Clem is being punished. There's another way to mine. Oh! Ooh. Nice dodge. Is able to avoid the mine. Once again, herO turning around. Catching out more Marauders. The Widowmine as well. These are expensive losses for Clem. That was how many Marauders going down? Jesus, that was 10. 10 Marauders falling. Behind this here, he saved the 4th, bear that in mind, so he has the greater economy, getting a 5th base as well, as Clem establishes his 3rd. So the economy is on hero's side. Likewise, getting into 2-1 upgrades, double forge, 2nd robo's on the way for double disruptor production. So this time here, he is embracing disruptors once again. So here he breaks in. Oh, doesn't quite get the Marauder. Never mind. Marauder goes down. Ooh, as here he does tank the mine shot to the face twice, actually. Yeah, bit of miscontrol here from herO. Does lose 2 stalkers. And the others do get softened up. Uh-oh. herO, he needs to get out. He needs to pull away. Vikings, they pop up. Sentries have rifle force fields. herO holds. Does hold on. But those were better trades for Clem towards the end. herO just now getting to his own 3rd Colossus. I believe that's the 3rd Colossus. No, sorry, 4th Colossus. Jesus. Getting up to 4. Disruptor is also on the way. herO getting a 6th base. Again, just mass expanding. Like here, he's containing his opponent. He's staying just active here in the face of Clem, while he's as greedy as possible. Taking all the bases, taking all the expansions. It is risky, as we saw, like here, he had a rough moment earlier. He almost lost his army. Snipes the Viking. Does snipe a Viking. Clem peeling off a portion of his army. He is weakened. Yeah, Clem is not ready. Ghost goes down. Vikings as well. Clem has to respond. Again, half his army was out of position. Nowhere to be found. Rotating back over. Disruptor has arrived. It does engage. Disruptor going to be targeted down. First Colossus as well. And here he's committing. Does he have enough to break through? He does. Zelt's overwhelm. And here he does lose 2 Colossus, but he's still up and running. He's still here. Still out trades. Pushing in towards the natural. There are Widowmine set up. Oh! Widowmine take off. Here trying to bait them out. Clem, he holds. But momentum is on hero's side. As more disruptors are trickling in. Baiting out the mine shot. Does snipe 1 Widowmine. The disruptor count is piling up. And here is maxed. Here he's maxed out. The army's out of position. The planetary is going to be going down. Completely exposed. Novas go off. They zone away the ground army. The base goes down. Massive pickup. And Clemmy's up against the wall. And he just cannot keep up. At this point, here he just aim it. He can just send it. Ghosts are falling left and right. Nova's going off as well. They take down a ghost. And Clemmy just being outscaled. Again, that one moment when Clemmy had split up his army in half. He himself had done that. And that's when herO struck. GG gets called as herO overwhelms, and herO will be this week's PiGosaur Monday number 15 champion. GG. GG, well played. Very tense game there for game 5. Very close. We saw definitely a moment when herO almost he did overextend. He almost got punished for it. Likewise, the winning moment did seem was when Clem had split up his army. If you remember, he had split off a big portion to defend his natural when there was nothing there. That was the moment that herO, he struck the main force and the planetary at the same time and did bring them down. Was able to just engage with Clem's army half at a time, or a portion at the time. With that, took a lead, gained momentum, and just kept going. Just kept rallying, kept reinforcing, and did not relent. Did not let up the pressure. GG. GG, well played. Ooh, herO takes down Clem. And again, congratulations to herO. Shout out to Clem as well for making a series out of this. Again, you don't make a good series without a good opponent. And again, Clem, he was the favorite player, and herO is one of the few players that can bring Clem down. He is one of the few, and did pull it off here tonight. Did pull it off. GG, well played. Again, Clem, he's still the favorite player, but I mean, that's why it's exciting whenever you see someone like herO bring him down, as it is a rarer sight. So GG, well played. Oh my god. And with that, that is going to be wrapping us up here for the PiGosaur Monday. Meanwhile, big shout out to Ariel Mortis in the chat. Thank you so much for gifting a sub to Bartholomew 007. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the sub as well, as the receiver of the gifted sub. Hope you do enjoy the emotes, enjoy the replay packs, enjoy the content, the StarCraft. GG. GG. Here we go. Oh, as I should pay out the predictions if I haven't already. There we go. It was actually quite close with the predictions. Quite close. Oh. Yeah, with that, GG, well played. And we are done for the time being, but we are not done for the day as we switch our scenes over and catch up on the brackets, or on the schedule, I should say. There we go. The schedule is updated. We have 2 casts a day every single day. As you can see here on my right, the Cranky Ducklings weekly schedule. We just wrapped up with the PiGosaur Monday, Tuesday morning at 10 AM KST. We just wrapped up. And tonight at 9 PM KST, or again, your equivalent, depending on where you are in the world, 9 PM KST tonight is going to be the Leo League Cup. Who will be casting tonight? Zergs and Protosses. No Terrans in that group. Again, this is the group stage of Leo League Cup. Leo League Cup is a big premier event. It contains all the best players. Cyril, Rainer, Clem, Maru, they're all getting involved in Leo League Cup. And quickly checking, of course, tonight is going to be Skillus, Solar, MaxPax, and Shin. It is a GSL group. It's a GSL group. Bear that in mind. Not round robin. So 4 players enter. 2 of them make it through. The other 2 are eliminated. So again, Skillus, Solar, MaxPax, and Shin. I would imagine that's why MaxPax wasn't here for PiGosaur Monday. Is most likely he's getting rest so he can wake up in time for Leo League Cup, as it is his group tonight. Oh boy. So 2 Zergs, 2 Protosses is going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing the rematch between MaxPax and Shin. MaxPax and Shin, they have been going back and forth. Or I say that, Shin has been getting more wins over MaxPax over the past month. It's been impressive to see Shin pop off in that matchup. We'll see if MaxPax can get his revenge. Again, MaxPax's weakest matchup is PvZ, but I'm sure he's been working on it. I'm sure he's been focusing on that matchup in preparation of this group. Let's go. It's one of those things where, because MaxPax doesn't play in offline events, like, his attention is hyperfixated on whenever these big online tournaments come around, like Masters Coliseum and Leo League Cup. Like, these are the tournaments where you're going to be seeing MaxPax at his best, because he's not going to, you know, your IM Katowice's or your EWCs. He's here in events like Leo League Cup. So best of luck. Best of luck to MaxPax, Skillus, Solar, and Shin. We're going to be casting that, of course. That is going to be in how long exactly? Let me just double check. That is going to be in 7 hours. In 7 hours' time is going to be Leo League Cup. And, of course, as you can see with the schedule, tomorrow we're going to be casting the OC Championship. Tomorrow's going to be, I got ahead of myself. On Wednesday, we have Alima League. Alima League is in the morning. 1 hour before the start time of the PiGosaur Monday is going to be our broadcast of Alima League. We also have another group of Leo League Cup. Day after that, we have the OSC Season 12 Championship. We're going to be covering a portion of that bracket on Thursday and on Friday, both days back to back. Likewise, we have Masters Coliseum, 4 days or 4 broadcasts of Masters Coliseum, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, back to back on Sunday. We have the Podcast in the middle of all that, and we have the House of Galactic Battle. If you're curious, what is on Saturday? That is at least a 12-hour cast. That's a big event. The House of Galactic Battle is an offline tournament in Poland. It's an offline event in Poland where we feature players like Spirit, like a Laser, Geralt, Christiana, Mana, and Art, and many others, Pappy as well. They all face off in House of Galactic Battle. It is let's say a seasonal event. There's usually a seasonal event, and this is the finale of the circuit of 2024. So the best of the best in Poland do face off, and that's going to be a very long broadcast. I will prepare for it. Technically, I could have casted before that as well, but I do want to leave Saturday open just so we can focus on the House of Galactic Battle, because it's going to be an intense broadcast, and I want to be able to survive it. So that's the goal. So again, as always, busy schedule for us here this week. All the casting, or the StarCraft, and this trend is going to continue for the rest of January. Like, January is just a very busy month here on the Cranky Ducklings. 2 casts a day every single day. throughout the majority, if not all, of January. So, yeah, let's go. Eventually, we'll have a day off. Eventually. It looks like we might have a day off in February. So I look forward to February to have like a day to like sleep. But until then, non-stop casting. Because of that, we're gonna be wrapping up here. I was tempted to ladder. I was tempted to have like a cheeky, like maybe 2-hour ladder stream if the cast was a little bit shorter. But it was a 4-hour cast. That's just pretty hefty. So I think I'm just gonna be resting my voice. I'm gonna go and get some food. I'm gonna go and get some rest. I'm gonna work on the. I mean, I'm still gonna work. I'm gonna work on the VODs. I have to make thumbnails, edit all the videos, and upload everything to YouTube. So I'm just gonna be working on that, and of course scheduling everything on like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. So just gonna be working on social medias and making thumbnails and all that stuff. Then I'm gonna go and get some sleep, and then I'll be up in time for Little League Cup. That is the plan. If you want to support us here, cheers from Costa Rica. Gracias, papi, gracias. Gracias. Do appreciate it. If you want to help support us here on the Cranky Ducklings, you can do so a couple of different ways. You can do so via following us on all the social medias, as I quickly post in the chat, !socials. You can get a link to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, YouTube, and all things Cranky Ducklings. We upload on YouTube on a daily basis. Plenty of content on YouTube. If you see something here on the schedule that you like and you can't watch it live, check it out on YouTube or check out the VODs on Twitch as well. All the VODs are available, so you can watch it all there. Otherwise, you can also support us via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. And our Patreon is designed to fund our tournaments. Currently, our tournaments are on a hiatus until the end of January. The reason why our tournaments are on hiatus, I mean, look at how stacked our schedule. We can't fit them. we can't fit the. If we tried, we just can't. There's no room. What can we do? There's just no room for our tournaments in January. So it's after January, after Little League Cup, and after Master Coliseum conclude, then we can bring back our tournaments. So that's what's happening with Sparkling Tuna Cup and Tenacious Turtle Tussle and Sea Duckling Open and Masters 1 Open. So that's why usually our schedule is also filled like this, but usually with our tournaments instead. So that's going to be coming back in February, or I should say end of January. Like last week of January is when they come back. So if you're curious, that's when our events return, and that is also what our Patreon is for as well. So with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for support. We do appreciate it. A shout out to all those that did tune in. Whereas Beyond, what championship will have several? Master Coliseum and Little League Cup. They both have several, and Beyond did not qualify, I believe. Did not qualify, did barely not make it through the qualifiers. For Little League Cup, if I recall correctly. For one or the other. It was either Little League Cup or Master Coliseum, where Beyond didn't make it through. But he's in the other one. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in 7 hours or tomorrow. We'll see you when we see you. Whether it's tomorrow, 7 hours, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Whenever we see you, hope you have a great time. Hope you have a great week. And hope you enjoy all the StarCraft. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.